Hey everybody, it is the Angry Honey Badger here, and it is in fact time to take a look at Badger's picks for the week of March 8th. We're going to see who's free this week and which 4 champions I'm going to recommend. This week's Badger's Picks is sponsored by Opinion Outpost. Make sure you stick around till the end of the video to find out how you can get yourself some free RP. Free this week, we're going to be seeing Blitzcrank, Cassiopeia, Echo, Leona, Misfortune, Olaf, Shen, Shyvana, Vayne, and Wukong. And for my first champion recommendation for this week, I'm going to go ahead and give that one over to Shyvana. Shyvana is a good champion that I think is quite simplistic to play, which can always be a benefit in free weeks if you're not, comfortable with picking up new champions. She's pretty straightforward. I'd recommend running her in the jungle, and then just pretty much going sated Bork, and then getting as tanky as possible, and then killing everything, because that's kind of what she does. She's in a good spot right now. We'll see if any changes come to her in the future, but she's got a pretty good win rate too. She's high up on the tier list, probably surprised a handful of people, but she is a good pick. She has great jungle clear. Ganks aren't really the greatest, but the minute you really start to show up for any kind of tower diving or team pushing or just team fighting, she does a fantastic job. So try out Shyvana if you do not have her. My second recommendation for the week is going to go over to Leona. Leona is still one of my favorite all-in tank engagers in the game. Probably not quite as strong as Braum and Alistar at the moment, but still really good. The only downsides to Leona most of the time are the fact that when you go in for an initiation, you pray to God that your team comes with you. If your team does not come with you, God, it sucks, because she can really get in a little bit too deep. I mean, Alistar can do it too, but Alistar can at least throw his ultimate on to negate all of that damage while his team then comes in to help. If she goes in deep and she lays everything out, she still is susceptible to getting hurt. Obviously, she can shield herself a little bit, but it's just not as good as Alistar's ultimate. But she has great lockdown, and she also helps amplify your ADC's damage, or really anybody's, with her passive. So she's a really strong support that I think a lot of people don't use quite enough. So try her out this week if you do not have her. My third recommendation for the week, I'm going to give it to Misfortune. I know I have recommended her when she's been free previously. She's still really, really strong. Even against enemy teams that build a lot of armor against her, even with like Ramses popping up and other champions, if she gets a Lord Dominic's and just ults, her ult will seriously do like 3,000 damage. I have melted to late game Misfortunes having 250 plus armor, and it's just because Lord Dominic's and me having more life than her just shreds through all of it. It is unbelievably devastating, her ultimate still. I know they nerfed a few other parts of her kit, but it's still her kit's still fine. She still has plenty of damage. It was really just to make things less ridiculous in the bot lane during the laning phase. But her ultimate is still top notch for the season. So if you don't have Misfortune, I would highly recommend playing her this week. And for my final champion recommendation for the week, I'm going to give that one over to Echo. Maybe people still don't own Echo. He's still newer-ish. He's not brand new, obviously. But I think a lot of people still really like Echo. He's still in a good spot, too. Whether you play him in the jungle or in mid lane, he still has plenty of damage. I'm not positive on which is the best build for him right now. I will be completely honest. I was always a big fan of full offense AP Echo, but tank Echo in the jungle is still really, really good. He still has plenty of damage because of his third hit on his passive. Still really good. Also, he gets the big shield and he can stun everybody in it too if you set that up right. And his ultimate is really, really good for diving. So if you're tanky, you can absorb a lot of hits while killing somebody and then just ult out. Quite simple and quite effective, to be completely honest. He's still a really good champion. If you don't own him, this would be a very good week to try him out. Now, for those of you who want to know about that free RP, let me fill you in. It's opinionoutpost.com. It's a site where you can effectively earn cash, Amazon gift cards, iTunes gift cards, whatever you want, mostly, because frankly, you can buy anything through Amazon these days, such as RP, where all you have to do is complete surveys and share your opinion, because companies, honestly, they want that, and they will reward you for it. I know that might sound like fake and made up, but I used to do this myself back in the day, and that's how I actually got RP back when I first started playing League of Legends, to be honest. So if you want to check that out, make sure you visit the link down below in the descriptions to get your hands on free RP and other awesome prizes and other things for completing surveys over at Opinion Outpost. And thanks again for Opinion Outpost sponsoring this video. Those are the champions that are free this week. I want to know which 4 you will be playing down below in the comments. If there's a box around any of these champions' portraits, you know the deal. You can click on it and it will take you to a build and guide of some sort for that champion, and that should be all fun and dandy. Make sure you check out that link down below, and I wish all of you the best of luck this week on the Fields of Justice.